G'day and welcome to part 82 of my Kingdom Come Deliverance hardcore all DLC playthrough. And I've started the Women's Lot Teresa's questline. Previously, I think we just did our morning chores around the place. We scoped out a little bit of things, picked some herbs, tried to get our flower power buff going, which I think we have now. Have a look. What am I looking at? Player. Buffs. Overeating, but yeah, nice doggy, and we got flower power as well. Gay Tango 12, welcome to the stream. So flower power gives us +2 charisma bonus. So charisma's sitting actually 11, which isn't too bad. So out of speech, charisma, or brute strength, I guess, intimidation factor, charisma's definitely the one to go for. Herbalism, we can level. Houndmaster we can level. Drinking, we're at level 3, so pretty poor, but better than nothing. So repairing our gear will give us 0.5 charisma up to a maximum bonus 2, so we can get another 2 charisma. So we can get our charisma to 13, which is actually fairly decent. Now, I did look, and I was thinking about it during the week. Either of these, they like less. Yeah, see that one. Bludgeon. Min strength 1. We've got 2 strength. This one says min strength 1 as well, but why is that redded? That's like we have lower stats or something. One gives better. One gives better charisma actually for the time being. Let's just have this on because it gives slightly better charisma. Then up our charisma to have that? I don't think so. But we've got pretty much all the gear that we could possibly have from around the place. We have a nightgown, but it's not as good as the other things we can have on. Just plain dress. So actually, I remember where we're at now. What are our quests? Go to the blacksmith for nails. Pa has ordered nails from the blacksmith, and he sent me to pick them up. The forge is right below the castle. We know where the blacksmith is, don't we? We know where the blacksmith is. We've spoken to everyone. I can never say this guy's name. Shibijek? Bijek? I don't know. Something like that. We've talked to everyone here. I don't think there's anything more to say to this guy, Stibor, or to the other brother. Is he still up here? I think he is, but I think we spoke to him. He might have gone. Yeah, he's gone to work. We had to get him out of bed to get him to go to work. We've cleaned out all of the... don't jump down, we learnt the hard way. We've cleaned out all of the... different cupboards. So we've got... we've spoken to him. Can't apparently open this one. Okay. I think we've got pretty much everything we can. So we're heading to town. Hang on. There's a bit of meat here we can get for the dog. Where is it? The meat. They actually make us overweight, so can't actually run holding them. Oh, we'll take as a... Where's my water buffalo? Tetra, etc. Welcome to the stream. I don't know where your water buffalo is. What do you mean your water buffalo? Yeah, have some food.
Look what you'll love.
I'm still actually overweight. And it's fast, but yours is slow. Okay, Tetra, you been on the rum already? Rum was last night. I don't think there's any real advantage to leveling up our herbalism a whole heap. There was the thought that I wanted to try and get the +1 vitality from picking enough nettle. This isn't Mutt. This is Tinker. Angle 12. We are playing as Teresa, the mill wench. We're the mill wench. This is playing the Woman's Lot DLC. So we're back in Skallets. We're back in Skallets before the attack, basically, right back at the start of the game. So we're time traveling a little bit, and we're seeing it from the other point of view. So originally, you obviously play as Henry. This is one of the DLCs where you play as Teresa. Dog, look here. Just have the food. Honestly.
Look what you'll love.
I don't want to go off. You may as well have it there. So it's already starting to go dodgy. Have it. Wow, I'm lost. Gay Salty the Ruler, thank you for dropping in with the lurk. No, it's one of the DLCs. So basically, you talk to Teresa as Henry and ask what happened in Skallets. And you level the herbalism. Cool. I mean, it's something we can level up. And basically, you have this DLC. So this is Tinker. So it's not Mutt, this is Tinker. Tinker's our dog. Or Teresa's dog, rather. Now, I'm just trying to see. I know there's a, like a passive you can get as Henry for picking lots and lots of nettle. Basically, you like get, you know, don't get sore hands, you get tough hands for picking thistles all the time. It's +1 vitality, and basically we want to try and get anything that we can. We should be able to sell these nettle in town anyway, so it'll be worth something.
Good day, Teresa.
Good day, guard. How are you?
Such a know-it-all. All you're good for is sitting in a tavern with other know-it-alls bemoaning your station. But devil a thing do you do about it. You can't do an honest job. You're of no use to life. Too delicate to stand the smell of manure.
These two are having an argument about something.
And I studied so I wouldn't have to do such menial labor as you. You...
What?
You shit grubber!
Better to
really?
have shit in a stable than in your head. Those books of yours are of no use in the real world of ordinary people.
And indeed they have no place there. The only use you have for paper is to wipe your ass. Books belong in the hands of your betters. Only a pitchfork belongs in yours. And tell me, what can a peasant like you know of God?
Called sneeze.
I know what the priest told me. And what do you know?
And what if the priest
I don't know.
lies? What if the
Can we just interrupt
scriptures
these
say
guys?
something different? How would you know?
Just gonna pick
when
some
you can
nettle
only
while you
listen
two are
to
having
what
an
you're
argument.
told like a sheep?
It's enough for
Will they
ordinary people to
will they even
listen,
talk to me
and
because
they're
I'm a woman?
fine.
I don't know if they
But
will.
you and your ilk make only
They might just
trouble.
like say,
Someone
"What do
ought
you
to put
know?
paid
You're a
to
woman. You
and
can't
get
read or
peace at
something. Go away."
last.
I
Like
suspect they
said,
might.
You're like a wretched sheep that will go where it's told, even to the slaughter. And of God and the world you know nothing.
When has reading ever filled anyone's belly, eh? I feed a whole
What are you two quarrelling about here, for the love of God?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is as hard a job as working in the stables.
I most certainly did not, because study is
Yes,
of course
it's
much
much
harder
harder work.
than mucking out a bit of horse manure.
See? That's what I'm talking about. And yet it's as clear as day.
Hang on. What's as clear as day?
That study is as hard as mucking out stables, if not harder.
A man who doesn't work with his hands
you,
is an
Tango
idler
12 or
and
Tetra,
a
one of the
good
two.
for nothing. Am I wrong?
I have some questions.
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions before answering.
What's a scholar doing in
You're a
Skallets?
scholar. What are you doing in Skallets?
I'm on my way to Sasau with letters. This ingrate here is stabling my horse overnight before I continue my journey.
Okay, well that's obviously important, or else you wouldn't be able to travel. Thank you, Tango 12, for getting rid of the bot. Why do you think
What
your
does your
hark is
work
worder?
involve, student?
I'm no student, but a baccalaureus.
A baccalaureus?
Having completed the trivium of the Faculty
Trivium?
of Liberal Arts in the University
An arts
of Prague.
degree.
Grammar,
Lol.
rhetoric, and dialectics are my work. While this yokel wouldn't be capable even of learning Latin. father arranged that I will serve as a teacher in Kuttenberg for 2 years.
He's got an arts
before
degree.
returning to the university to attend the quadrivium. To teach and be taught, that is real work.
Who do you serve? Where do you serve,
You
Groom?
serve Sir Radzig at the castle, don't you, Master Groom?
Aye, and Sir Radzig is very pleased with my work. I can be rightly proud of what I do, and I bring home a nice wage too. The children are fed, and the wife can buy herself a nice scarf from time to time.
Which I'd like to have myself,
I'm
actually.
satisfied with my lot. How many people can say that?
What's so hard about your job, Master Groom?
That's real work. Not like this parasite here does. On my feet from dawn till dusk, feeding, mucking out, grooming. By evening, I'm dead on my feet. I'm doing something real, see? Something that makes sense. Horses are needed for work, for the lords, for riding out, even in times of war. And someone has to care for those horses.
See, what happens if
All
I
this
say their
good for
bows are
nothing
right?
can do is mouth off. But he'd never be able to do a real job.
That's all I need to know.
I mean, the Groom makes a better argument, but you're both right?
You're both right, but not one of you has a grain of sense. Work is work, whether it's done with your hands or your heart.
Ah, rhetoric worthy of Socrates himself, and out of the mouth of a woman.
Out of the mouth of a
I
woman.
bow to you, good maiden. The professors of Prague could learn a thing or two from you.
There you go.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is my equal? But to hell with it. I won't argue.
How are you, Teresa?
Okay, nothing else. Oh yeah, I don't know. Is that just, did that like get our speech skill up or something? Speech? Yeah? Nice. Nice. Okay, so remember we try and do everything we possibly can to get just any abilities, any stats we can get. Which why gathering herbs at the moment is like one of the easiest things we can do to try and get some levels in something. Plus be able to make some money. And then we can sell it to maybe buy something that has better armor stats. I don't know, it's pretty hard because you can't wear the male armor. Like the female clothing is different to the male clothing. Like women aren't allowed to wear the male clothing or whatever, so so oh, I don't want to talk to Tinker. Go. So like what I've got on now is like pretty close to maybe what I'm gonna have mostly on. Maybe I can improve it a little bit, but if I haven't got this nettle buff yet, then I don't know if I ever will, because I've picked a fair few. Now I don't think time actually passes. I think time will pass when I get to a certain point in the quest, because it's sort of like a contained subquest. Other level in herbalism, okay. Don't know if that's good for anything, but I mean, I'll take it. Now, it means I guess we pick the stuff faster. I'm getting pretty slow though. It's starting to get quite heavy. Had a horse to put it on. Have we got it yet? Player buffs. No. Nothing, unfortunately. It's probably enough then. We might do some more in town when we're close to a shop, but I might end up dumping this stuff. I wonder if I chuck it on the ground, it will come
God
back.
save you, Tess.
What happens if I go over here? Can I go over here? below. I mean, I'm just pushing the extents of the game right now. I don't know what I can and can't do. Time passed? No, it's still 8 o'clock, so time isn't passing. Fritz?
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
What's new, Fritz?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know. There's going to be a dance this evening. Are you going?
Maybe. I've got a lot to do still.
They say it's going to carry on tomorrow too. And they'll be roasting a pig. Can't miss that.
So I heard. I wonder how come Sir Radzig allowed it.
No,
He's a good lord.
it wasn't his lordship's idea.
That was Master
It was
Fafar.
Master Fafar's.
Master Tobias? Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe he just wants to show off his wealth. I'd have roast pig and dancing every evening if I had his coin.
Yeah, of course you would, Fritz. That doesn't surprise me. Matthew?
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
How are things, Matthew?
Gee.
Teresa? It's unusual to see you here. Come to see the eighth wonder of the world, have you?
What would that be now?
Fritz, working.
Fritz, working.
Well, that's a sight you don't see every day.
Nice. Quality.
I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black. You don't look too busy yourself.
Why overdo it? Jesus was a carpenter too, but how many beams do you think he made, eh?
Matthew, that's blasphemy.
No, it's only a harmless joke. You don't have to look at me like the parish priest did at Kunesh, when he spewed over his pew.
Ugh, don't even remind me. Well, I'd better be going. Work to do, you know.
Don't overdo it now.
Of course not, Matthew. We wouldn't want to overdo working. Anyone else got anything to say? But you can go this way. Anyone else to talk to? Something to eat. Keep ourselves topped up. I can't get through that door, I'm guessing. Be good if I could actually run, dump some of this thistle, but I did want to sell it. That's okay, sort of cruising around. I don't see any, like, what was that? I don't see any things to, like, lockpick. Not that we have lockpicks, or that we can even lockpick. We don't even have the skills. I mean, we are the miller's daughter, right? Surely we have some skills. Wash ourselves, nice. Apparently we look dirty, so we can actually sleep. We can't. We've already tested sleep and saving. That doesn't fly. They say we got too many things to do, so can't cheese saving that way. I'm just having a look around, see if there's anything that might benefit us, because we are no longer playing as Henry. So any small scrap. Hey, God, I don't know who your name is. A small scrap of equipment or money can really help us out, basically. I don't think we're going to find anything here. So, we've done a bit of a run around. Yeah, that's it. We're working hard. We're in the think tank. So that's the middle back there. Yeah, I'm guessing... Oh, doesn't look like I can get through there. I know he's running back up, unless we're going all the way down to the mines. We might have a look at the mines later. But we will head back towards town now. I just want to see if we could go in this direction. Tempted to keep picking thistles. Those sacks, you reckon there's anything? Can we open those sacks? Anything here for a gamer who wants to explore? You know, it was a conversation with Fritz and Matthew. That's pretty good. That's like a bit of a not gonna say Easter egg, but like better than nothing. It's working. 8th wonder of the world. That was a good joke. Can we get charcoal? Okay. Can't pick it up. Angled is just feeling it with the emotes this evening. Got a gate on it. I imagine we wouldn't be able to run too far that way. I'm surprised we actually could run across the bridge. I thought there may have been like a invisible wall sort of thing, but if I keep calling my dog, will I get better, what's it called? Pet skills? So we're going to go through these houses one by one then, because talking to people is good, gets our speech skill up, so don't have any lockpicks, fortunately, at this point. Maybe we can acquire some. The fact that that was there as an option there to lockpick means that we may be able to do it at some point. We've got in here. Cabbage. Right. Oh, hello.
Who's there?
It's me, Teresa. Having a look around, seeing if you got anything worth my while.
Hey!
What? You good? Good. Could kill these chickens, get my strength up a little bit.
As well as health-giving decoctions. Herbs, fresh or dried. They'll help with every pain and ailment.
This is good. I can sell some things. Let's talk trade. Let's sell. Yeah, look at this. Nice. We're gonna make a nice 353. Brisbane's gonna take a bit of a hit, but we make 39 groschen. What can we buy from here? Schnapps, 100 each. That's a lot. Marigold decoctions are 35. Earth. Artemisia. What's Artemisia good for? Strength and warfare increased by 5 for 10 minutes. Alright, let's just sell for now. Can't sell anything else to him, so if we can haggle.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Okay, set XQ.
Naturally.
Welcome to the stream. How you say? How much more can I get out of you? Thinking like 42.
Agree?
Close.
Oh yeah.
Aye, that would do it.
Not bad. Good to hear. Steal these things, right? Oh, he's got bandages? Yeah, bandages for sale?
Fresh or dried. They'll
How about
help
me?
with every
I'm
pain
good.
and
I'm good.
ailment.
Better than I was a bit sick yesterday. Still a bit sick today, actually. You'll hear me
How are you, Teresa?
off sort of thing every now and again. Try and limit it as much as I can, but will happen at some point. You can actually go in here.
Oh my.
Yahunka. Well, Yahunka, we know what happened to you.
Yohonka, what's up?
I was asking around for you. There's
Yeah, thanks, dude.
something we have to talk about. Are you going to the dance this evening?
I'd like to go and have a look.
So this is
if I have
the
time for it. Why?
sort of
Do
going
you
back
want
in
to borrow my
time to the
dress?
day of the attack on
No.
Skallets.
Nothing like
But
that.
we're doing it from Teresa's
I've got
point
a
of
dress,
view.
but I don't want to end up dancing on my own, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You want me to get you a fella?
You want me to find you a dancing partner?
No, not quite. I've already picked one.
Let me guess. Matthias?
Matthias?
I? Who else?
So, what's the problem? Just go and tell him. You've had your eye on him since the Harvest Festival. Surely you must have noticed by now.
He hasn't. I'm
Men,
at a loss what to
dense
do.
creatures. Why don't you just go to him? Isn't there anyone else you could go with? So you want to go with Matthias, but you don't want to invite him. Yeah, that sounds good.
So you'd like Matthias to take you to the dance, but you don't want to tell him?
That's right.
Perfect.
How in heaven's name do you want to do it then?
Easy. You're going to steal his lucky dice.
Of course I am.
What? How is that
Do I
supposed
look
to
like
help,
Henry?
for Christ's sake?
If you can get your hands on it without him noticing, he'll be looking everywhere for it. He'll be wandering around saying to himself, "Where did I put that damned dice?" And then I'll turn up. God be with you, Matthias. You didn't by any chance lose your dice? And he'll say,
Aye, Johanka, I did. Where on earth did you find it?
"Oh, I found it near the tavern. You know there's going to be a dance there this evening." And then he'll finally get the message.
Oh, the dance. Yes. Johanka, wouldn't you
Oh
like
yeah,
to go
that's
with
how
me?
it's going to go down.
Of course. I'd love to go with you, Matthias. Thank you for asking. Then he'll take me by the hand, and he'll look...
You've got it all figured out.
Never mind that.
They
Well-
get the dice.
That's how it's going to help. More or less.
You painted a very pretty picture, no doubt.
We're friends.
But
We
do you
won't
think
be
it'll
harsh.
really work?
I'm absolutely sure it will.
Of course I'm going to help. Why don't you... I'll help you.
All right then. I'll help you.
Thank you, Tess. Bring the dice to me as soon as you have it.
Hang on though. How am I supposed to find it?
Yeah, where
He
are
was
they?
saying at the tavern yesterday that he keeps it in his trunk when he's not going to play. Go and see Fritz first.
Go
I
and see
heard
Fritz.
he's always got some lockpicks, whatever he wants them for. Anyway, no doubt he can show you how to use one.
Me? Pick locks? Johanka, aren't you going a bit too far?
Well,
Johanka's
then
on the right track.
maybe
Let's be honest.
you can get hold of his key somehow. But whatever you do, don't get
You're a miller's
caught.
daughter. You'll be
and not
fine.
a word to Matthias, for the love of God.
Speech. Nice. Oh, yeah.
God save.
About Matthias.
Yes? Tell me everything.
I haven't dealt with it yet.
I haven't dealt with it.
Then what are you waiting?
Alright. We can actually sprint now. Artesian, don't want to talk to me. Since we sold... We actually got some money, which is good. Because Fritz might want to, want me to pay for the... Lockpicks. Now, what I do want is I just want to pick some more herbs. So I have the charisma again. So not enough that it overweighs me, but just have enough on me so that I, I mean, what's something we've got the most of around here? Probably just thistle again, honestly. That +2 charisma might be very beneficial. So anytime we see some nettle, not thistle, nettle. We'll grab the nettle. Has time passed at all yet? Nah, so we're still sitting at 8 o'clock. So, as I said, it's sort of a self-contained sort of side quest that it won't let you progress past a certain point in time because, of course, we know past a certain point in time there's going to be some irreversible events. There's one. I see his. So we just want enough to get our flower power perk back, basically. And nettles seem to do it before, so don't worry, Mr. Guard. Just grabbing some nettles. I'll go to my house today, then I can play a game on my laptop. I'm excited for Divide and Conquer. Any suggestions for DAC campaign? Yeah, have you played any yet? Or UB first campaign? And I would love to talk to you about it. So please, what sort of campaign are you looking for? Do you like good or evil factions? Yeah, what's your... Do you want to be sort of small and get big, or start big and sort of try and hold an area? What's what's your preference? Give me a few parameters and I can offer you some suggestions. Played, yes. Yeah. I know that. I know you would have played Med too. I mean more in DAC. You're saying you're excited to play DAC, so didn't know if you had a chance to get to it yet. I'll pick up that charcoal, can I? Give me the flower power. Where are we? Buffs. Yeah, I've got flower power, sweet. So I think it's about 30. How many have I got in my inventory now? 36, yeah. Want to finish my first campaign, want to have fun with a long campaign basically. Okay.
Listen, Fritz, I hear you know something about opening locks without a key.
Sure. All you have to do is charge at the door. Shoulder first.
I don't want to break down a door. I want to pick a lock.
Ah, you want a lockpick then?
Don't say it so loud.
Not so loud.
Yeah, Fritz.
Well, I can give you some. But you know what they say. Not even a pig grunts for free.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Who says that?
Mostly me. And everyone thinks it's fucking clever.
I'll ask,
so
do you
bugger
mind
off.
fighting Mordor?
Will you teach me how to pick a lock?
Sure. For a few groschen.
Okay. Can we get it down a bit?
Agree?
Come now. Just a little more and we... It's easy as fuck, unless you're all thumbs. Listen, you've got to find a spot where the lock catches and press on it. And only then can you turn it. Nice and light.
Look, so a few campaigns,
no jerky movements.
maybe. I
Like
just
when you're
know
caressing a
fighting
girl.
against Mordor gets a little bit,
That is,
I get it. Thanks.
fighting against Mordor I know gets a little bit repetitive if you've done it in the previous campaign. So... I like good factions.
I need a couple of locks.
Oh, I've actually got quite a bit of money. Well, let's just buy 5 for now. And see if we can check basket, haggle that down a little bit.
Let's
I like
talk
good.
about the
I like
price.
good campaigns.
All right,
The
so
good guys. Look, I go back to Gondor so many times because it's
Are we agreed?
it's like the quintessential good
a little
faction,
more,
right? You're
and we'll
holding
call
off
it a
the
deal.
evil side, you know. But
All right,
if you
so-
don't want to manage, oh, good, you give them to me. Nice. If you don't want to manage such a big empire and sort of deal with Mordor at the same time, Dol Amroth isn't a bad hedge because Dol Amroth is pretty much Gondor in terms of their infantry, but you also have like super high tier cavalry. So and you can sort of work up to fighting against Mordor. You're not going to be against them straight away. So that's cool if you want to sort of go down south. But if you want to go in the north, I mean, Dwarven campaigns, you sort of got to really feel it. I go in here without you. Without you coming in. Dwarven campaigns don't have any cav. You can get merchant cav. Oh, hello. What? I was about to pick your lock. Whoops. So I wouldn't recommend a Dwarven campaign if you're looking for fun. Not that I'm saying they aren't fun, but they're definitely still a bit one-dimensional. Where am I actually going here? I mean, elves are just always... Oh, I find elves lots of fun. I like really high-tier units that cost a lot. Actually, you didn't play with Gondor. Elves cost a lot, but are very good. So I like managing high tier units. That's this house over here. Yeah, Dol Amroth, you start with this. Like, Dol Amroth is actually quite a difficult campaign. I think it is anyway. Matthias. Matthias' father. So, you like the high tier, high armor units? Yeah, yeah, it's what I like. So, look, if you want something similar to Gondor, but not just the hard slog of Gondor constantly, then Dol Amroth is good. Let's just talk to Matthias, what he's got to say.
How
here.
are you, Therese? My God, what happened to you? You look like...
But if you want to go to the north, Dunedain is a hard campaign as well, with Aragorn. But it's hard, but it's pretty fun. You're fighting off goblins and Angmar and all sorts. The two Woodland Realm campaigns, I'd say, are fun if you push yourself.
Listen, Matthias. Fritz and Matthew have been looking for you. It's about well, it's some boy thing.
Are you yanking my
Are
pizzle?
you yanking
If
my
they really
pizzle?
want me, they know where to find me.
I tried Dorwinian also, but Rune's 2-stack last stand army annoyed me. I love Dorwinian. I love playing a bit of Dorwinian. Yeah, you just gotta really use
Tell me, Matthias.
your
What do you think of your
use what you
hunker?
have to your advantage.
Your hunker? Yeah, she's a nice girl. She
Yeah.
helped the lads and me out of a
Woodland
few
Realms
scrapes.
economy is shocking.
Actually,
I hate it.
she's always
Absolutely
been
hate
good
it.
to us. Why do you ask?
She said not to say anything to him. If you invite her to the dance, I'll dance with you too.
I was just curious.
I mean, all elven economies are terrible. I was like my high elf campaign that I've been playing recently. It's finished up now. But I had like half the map in my high elf campaign, and I still wasn't pumping out money. I was still out of money every turn.
Tell me, Matthias.
Your hunker? Yeah, actually. Why do you ask?
I suppose you'd like to go to the dance this evening? If you have someone to go with.
Because elves don't
You
have
could
the
ask your
late
hunker.
tier economy buildings.
If you do, I'll dance with you too.
No offense, but if I wanted to dance with you, then I'd invite you, not your hunker. Besides, I don't want to ask anyone. I'd rather just get drunk with the lads.
Okay.
I was just curious.
He beats me on all my stats, so okay, so that wasn't very successful, was it? Tried to lure him out of the house, he didn't fall for that rubbish. I've got some lockpicks going though now, so I can. How am I meant to get into his house to get his lucky dice or whatever? So any human faction has better economy because you get the late game, you get the banks, and you get the late game markets. And dwarves get better mines.
Good health to you, Teresa.
But sorry, go in. But of course the elven units are just a lot better. So everyone always says elves are OP. I mean, they are in terms of how good their units are, but their units cost a lot, but their economy is shocking as well. So it sort of balances out. The their units are so good.
What's going on out there? Jesus!
Why are you guys so... Everyone's so, like, paranoid that I'm gonna steal. Like, I'm Teresa. I'm the mill maid. I'm the miller's daughter. You guys know me. Why are you so worried? I don't know how to get into his house.
What?
Chill.
Teresa, what are you playing at?
Nothing. Where are you going? Are you heading out?
What was that noise?
I was just gonna have a look inside. But I love Elves armor. Oh yeah. So if you like the armor, the Gondor armor upgrades late game. Once you get the high tier
Who's
armory, it
Teresa?
makes it
I'm
like
glad to see
the
you.
silver, the silver of the movies type armor.
Who are you?
Yeah, the dwarves upgrades as well. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I can't get in here. I need to like somehow get him to go away. I don't know how I'm meant to do this. What if I just tell him that? Did say I can come up with my own plan. I think everyone is obsessed with them. The dwarves. I think there's a lot more we can do around here. But let's just head into town for now. Yeah, the Dunedain armor upgrade, they make them look Arnorian. That's pretty good as well. So Dunedain's fun. If you want something fun, playing Dunedain is lots of fun. You get the rangers and whatnot. That's a lot of fun, that one. Yeah, well I'm doing a Khazad-dûm campaign at the moment, and yeah, it's like the defense numbers you get on that are absolutely insane. Like, it's just...
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa.
Here's Henry. Whoa.
Teresa. Oh, shit. I'm sweating like a pig.
I found a bug. I found a bug. Holy shit. Okay. Are you telling me I have to do all that again? Because I didn't have a save. Dude has one of the best unit rosters, yeah. I mean, hang on a second. I need to take my jacket off. I just got... I found a bug. Did you see the bug? Set XQ? I literally just fell through the ground. I just fell through the ground. Okay. The load game. Oh no. Ordinary routine. Yeah, that's from last week. But it is in Skalitz. I literally just fell through the earth. I like climbed into the combat arena to talk to Henry, and I just like went, just fell through the earth and died. Yes, I do want to load. So, is this where I started today? Please let this be where I started today. I think it is. I've got... Okay. That was my load and my save and exit save. Okay, I'm at least I can sort of run through this now. We'll just sprint through. I think we're all good in terms of where we're at. Yeah, go to the blacksmith. Okay. We found a bug. Holy shit. It's a pretty bad bug. I mean, we're not going to get out... We're not going to have as much money, are we? Because I'm not going to pick all those herbs. I mean, I picked all these herbs last time, so we're going to skip through all that. we'll get to this conversation and we'll just skip through this.
Bare-assed in the cold.
So we'll just skip through this.
What are you
We'll
two
skip through this all this because we've done it previously.
Man,
Yep.
I'd like to.
Ask all the questions so we get higher speech skill.
Grammar to teach.
Alright, speed running back through.
What's
that I'm doing something, and someone has.
Okay. Back.
that's all I need.
You're both right.
You're both.
Alright. Alright, keep running. Okay. This time we'll talk to your hunker first, and then we'll go over and see Matthew and Fritz. We'll sell our stuff. Grab some more nettles. We'll sell it here at the lad. Okay. Book.
I'm honoured that you
Sell. Okay. We'll just jump back
Let's
through all
have a
this
word
again.
about-
Sure.
And he was like, he was willing to. Yeah, can I have like 18.5? Okay, 19.
Are we agreed?
That sounds...
Is this enough?
We're get...
Very well.
You me out, g'day. Hello, how are you today? Is this a new game you started streaming? No, this is Kingdom Come Deliverance. So this is a game I've been streaming for quite a while. I mean, we're up to episode. This is 82. So no, it's not new. And we just had a bug where we died. So I'm just going to skip through this dialogue because we've previously done it like 10 minutes ago. So we're just going to click through because we've already done this. She's asking us to set her up basically for the dance.
So you'd like?
That's right. If you could
Take all the same options we did before.
and he'll. Oh, and then.
Okay.
Then he'll. Well.
Alright,
You paint, but
I'll help you. Go.
all right.
He going well, but whatever, and not a.
Okay. Now this is a medieval RPG set in medieval Bohemia. So the main storyline you play as Henry of Skalitz, who's a blacksmith, and do all sorts of things. But what we're currently doing today is one of the DLCs.
Teresa,
You must be the
I'm
king of
glad to
medieval
see you.
games. So not quite, but close. Maybe I'm a steward or a squire, knight. But yeah, so this is actually like a side DLC that you play as Teresa, who's one of the main characters in the game, but normally you play as Henry. So it's called A Woman's Lot, is this DLC. So you basically play like the main event in the game from a woman's perspective, and what happened from there, which is very different gameplay compared to how you play as Henry. I talk to these two.
How are you?
Yes, this is a DLC. So we've had this conversation. Sorry, I'm just skipping through, but
Don't ever do.
just trying to get back to where we were before we had the bug. Might even drop a
Could be
save at
with
some
you.
point. Yep, what's new? We did all this.
Master.
I don't.
And then about
Fritz,
lockpicks.
without a key.
Sure.
I don't.
Then we asked for you
Well, I can
to...
quit, you know.
That's the.
Ah,
I need a couple of lock picks.
Yep, so I want to grab 4. And try and a little bit cheaper.
Let's talk about the
sure.
Drop to 50.
Since it's you.
Come now. Just a little. Hi.
And also I need to teach me how to use lockpicks.
Will you teach?
Sure.
What do you say to?
Well. It's easy as you've.
Alright, teach me how to use lockpicks. Good. Now, can you throw in a couple of lockpicks for free?
Hey, Fritz. After all, we've known each other since we were
Alright, but just this time.
just 2.
You said a couple.
Okay. Good. We get a couple of free ones as well. Nice. I didn't do that last time, so there you go. I'm I'm in the green. We're almost back to where we were before. I mean, skipping through all the dialogue saves a lot of time, and we didn't bother to go see if there was anyone to talk to. Right. Gangled. Tangled. The old G next to the T. God, I hope God does save me. I'm gonna need it. Right. Right. So we were heading into town, but we might try a different approach to this one. Matthias.
Greetings.
Tell me, Matthias.
You hunker?
So last time we tried to trick him, but that didn't work. So let's just...
Johanka's a very nice girl, all right.
Let's try this option.
Wouldn't you like to go and have a beer with her?
Beer? You know your hunker doesn't drink. I don't know what you're up to, but I'm not interested.
Wowzers. Okay.
I was just curious.
So we have to steal the dice, which means we have to get into the house somehow, but he's sitting here, which means he gets suspicious as soon as we go up the stairs.
Teresa.
Okay, so somehow we have to get into the house. So this is where we arrived at. Marosh? Who's Marosh?
Good day.
What's new with you?
Well, I went to see Pavlena's father to ask for her hand. He hummed and hawed for a bit, but in the end,
Gave his blessing. Poggers.
He didn't offer much of a dowry, but I don't care. The main thing is I can finally be with my Pavlena. We'll be wed in the summer.
No, you won't be.
That's great.
Feels bad, man.
I wish you happiness.
I feel like they do that deliberately, just so you feel like a little bit sad for these people right now.
As well as...
What do I need?
I'm wounded.
By all means. I'll have a look at you and we'll see.
Oh.
Here.
Right, let's see what's the matter with...
What did I get? What did I get for 10 groschen? I don't got anything. I think I just handed away 10 gold. Alright, well, whoops. Live and learn. So you can heal yourself there, it looks like. So this is where we were at last time. Now, part of me wants to drop a save here. Because we only have limited saves. Because we went to go talk to Henry, who was in the... We won't run the same way in case that's somehow got that bug. I don't know. But we will use one of our saves before we go into the
Watch over you, Tess.
Lucia's wife. Hello.
Jesus Christ. Your clothes are a mess. Did you fall down or something?
What's new in the village?
There's to be a dance this evening.
Yes, we all know all about the dance.
Can we not find some other way to enjoy ourselves for a change?
Bit of a spoil sport, aren't you?
Harvest Festival, Pentecost Festival, dances, church, and dances again.
What else would we do for fun?
I heard they have combat
Play some video
tournaments in
games.
Rattay sometimes. The men put on shining armour, and folk can watch them battering each other.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
That must be lovely to watch. Why can't we have something like that once in a while? After all, Sir Radzik is the royal hetman.
But for a tournament, you need knights. We don't have enough here in Skalitz.
Ah, but Sir Hanish's tourney in Rattay is even for commoners. Even our fellas could enroll
Yeah, we all know about the
Oh my
Rattay
God,
tourney.
don't say that too loud. I can just imagine how my brothers would be tripping over each other to enroll.
They wouldn't be the only ones, would they? How about that Henry?
Yeah, that Henry.
He's always waving that wooden sword around like you'd think he was getting ready to go on crusade.
I
But
doubt
there's
people
an
really
interesting
do battle
thought
tournament
now.
for fun in a
Which of our
village.
fellas do
Yeah.
you think would win?
Henry'd win, of course. What do you think
Henry
this
would
is?
win for sure.
Yeah.
He's always practicing with that wooden sword, like you say. And besides, he's a blacksmith's son. They're always strong from hammering iron all day.
That's right.
Do you think so? Don't say anything, but I think that Henry's a bit of a
Oh.
fool. And he doesn't overwork himself at that forge.
Wow.
Anyway, enough about tourneys. I must be on my way. Take care.
And now, Doing all this talking to people will be good because it'll get our speech skill up a little bit. Now, I am anxious to try out my lockpicking skills. Apparently we smell or something, so let's have a wash. I think we can practice lockpicking on. I mean, there's a door here. People over there, are they going to see us? Are they going to see me? Let's use one of our saves here. Let's use one of our saves. Right, we're gonna get 3. Right. We don't want to have to lose all that time again. Let's just see. If they see us, we'll just reload. Right. Are we able to find treasures if you search through the area, or is it more like puzzle? It's a. So you've come in at a weird time, you Meow, because you haven't come in like in the normal quest line. You sort of come in at a really weird point. So there's normally quests, and there's like various like different types of quests and whatnot you have to do. Some are combat based, some are more speech based, some you have to convince people of things. Like there was a horse race we had to win. Like there's all sorts of different things. But yeah, we're doing sort of like it's one of the DLCs, so it's like not part of the main game because I don't have all my levels and whatnot for my main character. So he's sort of like almost starting again just for like a little mini quest. Oh, okay. I don't think I can wear these. Let's just grab these. I want to see if I can actually wear them. At the moment I'm just leveling up my... Yeah. I mean, no, that's what I mean. It's hard to explain. No, it doesn't have a lot of different game modes. There's only the one game mode. But this is sort of like the abstract. Nothing else is like this in the game. There's like one storyline that you do with Henry of Skalitz, and then this is sort of like a side thing because this is one of the main characters you interact with. This is your girl basically in the game. Henry's romantic interest in the game is Teresa. Oh, thank you, Tango 12. Ooh, that. Alright, that worked out. A little bit of practice with a little bit of lockpicking. No, sorry, I don't want to carry around the stuff that's stolen. Now, everyday dress, is that better charisma? It's way better charisma. Let's put that on. Not stolen. Now, these other ones I can't wear. May as well drop these back in. I can't sell to stolen stuff. I can't sell stolen things. Anyone here, so just drop. I can't wear men's clothing, so drop all those. Right. Now we're not overloaded, so we can sprint again. Is anyone here to talk to?
Good day, Teresa.
Hans, working in the fields.
What's new in the village?
Everyone is flapping around because of this dance. Saracic has promised a roast pig, and they are behaving like it is manna from heaven. My God, you would think they never saw meat in their lives
Maybe they haven't.
I think it's very good of his lordship. Will you not be going then?
Yes, I will go, only to see this foolishness for myself. But it is not from the kindness of Saracic, it's Master Fafar who is paying for this.
Okay. Anyone else here? So any of the named characters, I think I can get something out of, basically. Now, this is where we had our bug before. We jumped into here to try and talk to Henry, and we just fell through the ground.
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa.
So, if I jump in here, am I going to get a bug where I fall through the ground again? I mean, I've saved, so...
Are you
talking to me? I don't see anyone else here, so...
Alright, no dialogue, no. Is getting involved with a romantic interest without intention of getting married a pointless thing to do? Pointless. Also, thoughts. Achille. Are we talking real world stuff? Real world stuff? That you want some advice on, I'm guessing. I'm pretty, what's the word, like traditional. Yeah. Yeah, just coming in with the hit up straight away. Depends on what your beliefs are. I mean, if you, when you say without intention of getting married, do you mean without intention of like having a long term, like without any long term factor to it? I know a lot of people live together these days without getting married, and that's what they do. They don't necessarily value marriage, but they still might be together for 30 or 40 years, you know, or whatever. Or you mean like, yeah, can you just clarify what you're saying? Because I personally value marriage. I'm married. I think it's good. Shows your commitment. But yeah, just clarify that question a little bit. I think if you're just romantically getting involved with someone and you don't have any plan of having a long-term prospect, I think that's probably not right. I think you should probably, you know, you owe to both them and to yourself to not sort of kid anyone around, not muck anyone around. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I know everyone has their own opinion. As I say, I'm fairly old-fashioned, fairly traditional, but I'd think that if you're gonna be getting involved with someone, you probably want to, you know, at least there'd be some chance of a long term.
God save you, Tess.
Innkeeper, nothing to say. Oh, here's the scholar and the groom. They're still sitting together. Is Bianca? Hello, Bianca.
Here.
Bianca, how come you're up so bright and early?
Papa has me running around from dawn till dusk. You know how it is.
Indeed I do.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here,
I think the most important
You've got
thing
to
is to
help me
be
with
honest
something.
with the other
But
person.
first, can you go and see Henry for me? He's at the sheepfold by the stockade, as usual.
I know, I saw him.
Aye, he's getting ready for the life of a mighty warrior.
Well, at least we know he'll be able to protect you from outlaws with wooden swords.
Oh well, boys and
girls
their
laughing
games.
at the boys.
Listen, would you bring him a beer from me?
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd tan my hide. But I
Wait,
can't
we're playing
leave him
matchmaker
dry in
for
this
everyone
heat.
here.
All right, I'll bring the beer
Trying
to
to get
him.
Bianca and Henry
Thanks.
together,
And
and
don't forget to tell him it's from me.
Everyone knows all the beer in Skalitz is from you and your pa.
I'm
You
gonna tell
know
him it's
what
from
I
me.
mean. And listen, Tess. Once you've given him the beer, come back to me again. Meanwhile, I'll make an excuse to Pa. I need you to go somewhere with me, but I'll tell you all about it after. Run along before the beer gets warm.
Bring beer to Henry. I want to talk to Deutsch while I'm here.
Good day.
What news, neighbour?
News? Have you not heard, girl? The Empire is falling asunder under the hands of the king.
How do you mean?
Is Henry a man?
King Sigismund of Hungary besieged
No.
Wittenberg.
Not
And
at this
quite
point.
rightly too, in my opinion.
But
because King
we think
Wenceslas
Teresa's
rule
probably
is no
sweet on him
rule
at this
all.
point.
I'm not the only one who would rather
At this
see
point in the
his brother
storyline,
Sigismund
Henry
on
and
the throne.
Bianca are sort of hitched up a little bit.
Such affairs have nothing to do with
Yeah,
the likes of
I'll
me.
just be neutral.
What I care about is how much grain we have to keep the mill making a living for us. Affairs of state are the concerns of royalty and nobility.
You're quite right. A woman should not trouble her heart with political
Yeah,
matters.
or not argue
you
with
had
you.
better go back
To your chores.
so that you do not make your father angry, no?
Oh. Go back to my chores.
Got
Did
it
you
for
just
you
tell me
right
to go
here.
back to the kitchen? Is that what you just told me?
Good day.
Far out.
What news, neighbour?
Have you heard that King Wenceslas's half-brother Sigismund and his foreign soldiers sacked... I expect he wanted to loot his brother's silver to pay for his campaign against his allies. That horde of Tartars and
Mercenaries doesn't come cheap. Yep. Was it a big battle?
I heard something.
No.
Probably shouldn't be
Those
too long here. I got
cowardly
the beer for
burghers
Henry. I don't want to get it
surrendered
cold,
without a fight
warm,
and
whatever.
begged him for their lives on their knees in the mud.
Why would King Sigismund turn against his own brother like that?
He wants to depose him.
Well,
that's
because he
why.
wants to rule.
He and those foreign lords
Yeah.
of his think Wenceslas isn't paying enough attention
He's not.
to the
He's
problems.
more
Well, that's
interested
easy to
in
say,
beer and
but if
women,
you ask me,
Wenceslas.
the whole world is going to hell. Not even the church is able to stick together. And now we have 2 popes?
2 popes? Does that mean 2 pope mobiles as well? Where will
What
it
do you
all
think will
end?
happen?
Hopefully not.
Starting to
Hopefully
stink
soon.
like a few years ago. You were still a little girl then, so you wouldn't.
I wouldn't know,
but
that's right. I'm just-
Wenceslas had to yield to his own lords. Jobst of
I'm just a
Moravia
woman
and his
in
League
medieval
of
Bohemia. I
Lords
wouldn't know
even
anything.
abducted
That's right.
Wenceslas and locked him up in Austria.
In
Wenceslas's
fact, I think this
younger
is even a
brother
bit
John
generous.
and
I
his
don't even
cousin,
think in this time
Prokop of
period
Moravia, got him
that,
released in the end.
Well, at least some
men
of
would
his
talk
family remained
to
loyal to
women,
him.
or at least a
Well,
random
yes.
woman in the town in the
Only
bar
John Prokop had to make
about
some
political
concessions
matter
to
like
lords
this.
in Prague that the
I
king
could be
didn't
wrong,
agree
but I
with.
mean,
So they
I
fell
think
out with him in
obviously
the end
changed a
anyway.
lot over history.
I don't reckon they'll be willing to come to his aid again.
Must be going.
The more I
I've
hear-
got to get back to my chores, according to Deutsch, and we got to
Look out!
This is all open. Now we're trespassing. I want to come back here actually. We'll come back here because that looks like I actually have some. This is the tavern, so I actually have some decent things to steal in here. Hey, we'll come back here and do some lockpicking. Looks like there could be some good things here, but we'll run up to Henry and give him his beer. If it's gone warm, that'll be a bit of a shame. I think we should be able to sell some things to Bianca as well.
Oh, shit. I'm sweating like a pig.
I brought you a beer. I'd say you'd need it after a hard battle.
Oh, buttering him up.
Great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today. That's very sweet of you to get me a beer.
It's from Bianca. It's from me. Oh. It's from Bianca.
Actually, Bianca sent it. Her pa doesn't want her to come here.
Ah, I see. I'll make it up to her this evening.
I don't want to know how. How come you're training on your own today? You're usually here with that vagabond. What's his name?
Vanyek.
Vanyek.
And he's not a vagabond. He's a wayfaring combat master.
Well, it looks like he's off wayfaring somewhere else today.
Yeah. More likely sleeping off last night's boozing. Actually, since I've no opponent today...
Oh.
Wouldn't you like to have a go?
Oh, I would like to have a go.
I mean, a bit of swordplay. I could teach you.
Yes.
Swordplay?
Let's go.
Sure. Why not?
I accept your challenge.
All right then.
Let's go.
I accept your challenge, young sir. But I must warn you, I can swat a mouse with a broom with my
Let's
eyes
go.
closed.
I get a chance to
I
beat
knew
up
you had
Henry.
the heart of a warrior. Let's go then.
Yeah.
Come on then. Show me what you're made of. Whoever is the first to hit the other 10 times is the victor.
What if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
Yeah, how do you like that? That's 2. I don't know if I can block or anything. I think I just gotta go for the swings and hope I get lucky. I think I'm ahead. I'm definitely ahead. I can't dodge, so I gotta just... Nice. I mean, Henry's not very good. I think I'm ahead, so I got some stamina back. We're just smacking into each other. There's no defense here. Surely that's 10, right? Oh. There we go. Bit of a cutscene.
Don't go easy on me, Hal.
Ah, very good.
I said we're not together yet, but at some point in the future.
Henry, really?
Oh, just
That is hardly chivalrous.
that is hardly chivalrous behavior.
Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel!
Oh!
Are you alright?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Whacked him on the fingers.
Are you mad at me?
No, of course not. It's my own stupid fault.
Well, that'll teach you to go around slapping decent, God-fearing girls on the backside. Let me have a look at it.
No, it's only a scratch and a couple of splinters. And I didn't mean to, you know.
Show me that.
No, really, it's nothing.
You know how it is, Hal. He who lives by the sword.
Dies by the splinter, eh?
Hey, where's my good dress that I got on?
There now.
Oh, all better. Look at that. Fixed it up. Oh.
By the way, you owe Bianca for that beer.
Nice. So we actually got a couple of levels there. That's good. I mean, can I... No, nothing else to say. Okay. Right. So we got... Combat. So sword. We've actually got a level in sword now. Okay. You two are smitten. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. This is true. Whose house is this? I'm just really cool. I mean, it's just a bit careful. Have we been in this house? No. Because I think if I get caught lockpicking, I'll go to jail, and then I'll have to redo everything because I'll die in jail. I think it's very similar to if you get put in jail as Henry. Actually conflicted. Once again, I believe you're talking real life. So do your views differ from what I said then? Obviously you're feeling like you're not sure what to do. I said talking to the other party is always a good thing. I know in like, oh, thank you, I'll take that. I know in like movies and TV shows and stuff, they don't do that, but legitimately the best way to solve an issue is just to talk to the other person. Here, we can't sell stolen goods, so the only things we're really looking for is money or things that we could potentially use ourselves. And we're also getting better at lockpicking as well. That's also the thing we're looking at. Tangled 12 is just... Tangled 12 is just coming out with it. Probably just be careful in terms of what content is discussed in that regard, Tangled 12. Whoa, I was just in your house. Probably just keep it in terms of a relationship. I think short term, I think if you're just looking for a short term relationship with someone and they're not aware of that, then that's probably not right. So you should probably be just open about it.
God be with you.
How are you getting on?
What is it, Teresa? Did your father send you? Does he need me to count his groschen for him again?
What? Father wanted you to count groschen for him?
Yes, not long ago.
Ooh, quite a pile he had
Quite
too.
a pile he had too. I had to write it all down for him. I never knew the mill was that profitable.
Oh, the mill's that profitable.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just talking. You use onto it. You knows how it is. Just talk to people. That's how it works. EPM will be sweating answering any further questions like that. Lol. Oh no, I'm happy to talk about things. Just keep it somewhat
Jesus Christ.
friendly.
Closer.
What about trade? Can I sell anything to you? I can. Okay, sell this cheese. Oh, that's stolen. Okay, sell the radish. Sell the moonshine. Keep the potions. You have anything that I would say? Schnapps are 117 each. Okay, can't read, so buy anything like that. So we can make a little bit of money.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well, we can...
Like a little bit more.
Aye.
So it's okay if both parties go in knowing it's short term. I believe probably in general now, yeah. Personally, I don't think there's probably much point to a short-term relationship that's not going anywhere. But that's just my personal opinion. And I probably wouldn't be the only one who has that opinion. So yeah, just that. But yeah, I would say definitely talk to the other person, and if you want my personal advice, it would be probably no point in just having a short-term relationship. But yeah, that's just me. So I'm a bit old-fashioned. Okay. Oh. Yes. Oh, whoa. I didn't want all that, actually. I didn't want all that. Very hard. I can't lockpick. Very hard. You would never be able to lockpick that. What's the purpose of having that here? I need to put things back in here because I'm not having all this. Move that all back in. Oh, roast chicken apparently isn't stolen. Okay, sure. Keep those. I just have no need for all these. I didn't mean to pick them all up. Other items, tavern life. Okay, that. I just wanted the schnapps and probably the fine wine. Alright, but the schnapps is what I was looking for. Being able to manually save, very, very helpful. See what we can find up here. Any better clothes would be good. I really like watching these kinds of games. I'm usually busy and have no time for the whole game. By watching EPM's game is equally fun. Yeah, it's cool. Acid, you probably enjoy it much more. Oh, there's someone here. That's Master Benyak. Really value the old traditional way, but I want to act otherwise. Do you see me? If you value acting the way that... I think you should hold true to your values.
No sign of anyone.
He didn't see me. Okay, that's good. But if that's his trunk, I definitely want to check out what's in there. Russian, take that. If you have been looking for all good other things, enjoy the games. It's a really good stream. Yeah, thanks you for dropping in. Thank you so much for the lurk. Hope you have a wonderful day, you, in whatever you're doing. Okay. So we can talk to Bianca to progress things, I think. But I'm not really quite ready to do that. Yeah, no problem. I don't want to quite talk to Bianca yet. I'd rather do other things at the moment. Let's open. No, I'm not going to be able to lockpick my way into everywhere, but I did just want a bit better. That's hard. I won't be able to get into there. Better gear. Adam, surely I can talk to. No. Gambler. Ooh, do I gamble? Have a gamble. Maybe. Wonder if I can sell any of these other things. Sell those two. Trader only has 22 wealth. Anything I can buy from here that's good. Ooh, small tailor's kit. Houndswoman's dress. One. I might want a small tailor's kit later. Let's just sell those two.
What the?
What have you got?
My God, what happened?
It's like I've been assaulted. Sell. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Boar hide, yes. Cowhide. Oh, okay. He's only got 20. Okay, so sell. No, go back, escape. Remove. Sell. What is worth only the dog skins? Horse hide. If I sell a horse hide and one dog skin, right? Check basket. Haggle.
Let's talk about the...
Why not?
I just make it a clean 20.
Since it's you.
We're getting there.
Oh, really? Do I have to pay 19.5?
That's a sum I can live with.
Sell rather? Okay. Now, is there anything you could actually have I could buy? Blacksmith's kit. Might want some of these. Trusty companion, actually. Don't have enough for it. I could sell things for it, though. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I can actually get a sword there. Bailiff? Can I talk to the bailiff? No. I can talk to Yamila.
God bless.
What's new in the village, Yarmila?
Did you happen to meet that scholar who's
I
been
did meet
wandering
the
around
scholar,
here since
actually.
yesterday? He told me a wonderful story from olden times when Princess Libusa ruled. You've heard about Libusa, haven't you?
I haven't heard about her.
No. I don't know her. Who was she?
Really? I thought everyone knew that story. She was a princess of bygone days who married a plowman, and he later became king. But she was a seer too, and she had all sorts of visions.
And she
founded
sounded Prague. Okay.
That's interesting. What did the scholar tell you about?
About the Maiden's War. Would you like to hear it?
I already did.
Yeah.
Maiden's War.
I'll skip
Girls
through a
were
bit, though.
different back then. In they could live...
I don't want to hear the whole war story.
How did he put it?
No, but I cut
Free of the yoke of marriage.
They bore arms like men
They
and
bore
waged
arms
war.
like men, and they even dressed like
Dressed
men.
like
What
men.
happened to them?
He said they were so bold that they even built their own fortress.
This is like
where no
Amazon.
man was allowed.
They really did that then?
Oh, aye. And when the menfolk found out, they were envious. They came
I mean,
together
they built their
and
own fortress.
What? men and women lived separately in their own castles?
They did, and they waged war on each other. The men were braver, but the women often outsmarted them.
Feckle.
Naturally.
Naturally, yeah, yeah.
How did it end up?
In the end, they agreed on a truce. To celebrate peace, they feasted for 3 days, and each man took away one bride.
Oh, I was expecting it to end differently.
I'd be happier too if the women won and could grab any husband they wanted.
A pretty pic.
Right.
I must be going.
Thank you for the story. Okay. Yummy a lot. Okay. Antonia, hello. This is all getting our speech
Jesus
skill up. This is
Christ.
good. Your clothes are a mess. Gee.
Did you
Must
fall
look
down
really
or
bad.
something?
What's new with you, Anne?
My husband keeps complaining about a cough and a running nose. With all the moaning he does, you'd think you ought to call the gravedigger.
Man flu? Is that what you're having a
Then,
crack at here?
In the evening, he ups and off to the tavern.
Man flu.
Men.
Having a crack.
They get a tickle in the throat and they think they're dying.
Gee.
But put a tankard of ale in front of them, all of a sudden, they're right as rain.
Okay. Trader. Can I sell anything to you?
Good day.
You've got 80 actually, so I can offload the boar hide, cow hides, dog skins, red deer, roast chicken, salt, deep skin. Okay, nice. Actually going to make quite a little profit. I was glad I grabbed all that stuff from home before I left. Haggle. Let's get that to.
I'd like to just.
Why not?
Let's make you bankrupt, eh? 80.
Finally.
Nice. Okay, so I actually think I should buy one of these tailor's kits to repair my clothes so I have more charisma. Because right now I only have the. Where is it? Oh, I sold all my. I need to get my charisma buff again. I need to pick some more herbs or whatever. But I can get one, I guess, Savage Row or whatever. Yeah. So, I want a small tailor's kit. Right, just get a, do I have enough for a large tailor's kit? 118? I'm a bit loaded. Let's just get a small tailor's kit for now, just one. And we'll haggle. I mean, every coin is precious right now.
Why not?
Say like 34.
Are we agreed?
Well now. Finally.
Okay. So now we can repair our gear. Slippers? I need cobblers, I guess, for that. But now I would have this active, right? Buffs? Yeah, look at this. I get a bit more charisma. You have cobbler's kits. No, just tailors. I wonder if this one has the cobbler's kits. Armorers, blacksmiths. Yeah, they do. Can I have a small... Yeah, tailors as well. I should have gone here. Small cobbler's kit. Haggle on that. Okay.
I'd like to discuss.
Natural.
Go down just a little bit.
Aye, that would.
Okay, now I can repair those as well. And that should... Nice. Okay. If you are watching over on YouTube, that's going to be the end of episode 82. When that put that one a little bit long, made this one a little bit longer because we had that bug, so pushed it a little bit longer than what I normally would. So end of episode 82. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.